First, I want to tell you a little story, if I may. I was in a department store in New York looking for a winter coat. Now, I don't buy clothing that's made from animals. So I asked the salesperson to show me a few things, and he pulls out this gorgeous coat. I ask if it's made with wool. He looks me in the eye and says, yes, but it's responsible wool. So I take a deep breath and I gently explain, sir, there is no such thing as responsible wool. It's a fabulous term made up by very slimy marketers hired by the wool industry to appease consumers' guilt. Years ago, the wool industry was in the news a lot due to videos that were released of grotesque, barbaric actions being done to sheep on wool farms. So the global wool industry had to think of a way to cover it up. And they came up with a label that says responsible wool to slap on all their products so consumers could be falsely led to believe that these poor sheep are treated with compassion, which is a load of garbage. There is no way to humanely profit off any part of a living being in mass quantity. Now, was I able to open the mind of the salesperson about the ridiculousness of the term responsible wool? You betcha. Why? Because I had the power of education behind me. I was armed. I was ready with the right answers. Education creates change. I make change daily for animals, and I'm not Supergirl or Super Lady. I'm a designer who cares about living creatures. That's all. But I make change because I have the power of education, and I pass that on to others, designers who then in turn use what they've learned and apply to their business and perhaps their personal lives and so on and so on. It's a wonderful thing to know you have purpose and can actually not only talk the talk but walk the walk. In the past, I would offer wool bedding and rugs frequently to clients. I falsely believed that wool was richer, warmer, and just better than non-animal derived alternatives. But when I had my awakening and educated myself about wool, I learned it is a horrible fabric for humans to surround themselves with. Wool has a gamey smell. So for anyone with sensitivities to smells, such as children or people with sensory issues, such as those with ADD or autism, it's not a good choice. It's very scratchy too, which can be a problem as well. When it gets wet, it holds moisture and stains because it's wool. Did you ever sit on a wool carpet? It's just not soft and comfy and cushy. It's wool, and it's expensive, and it doesn't wear well. Are you waiting for me to get to the good part about wool? Because really there is none. Wool stinks literally and should remain on the skins of its sweet, adorable, smart, and loving owners. Now, wool alternatives such as soft cottons, bamboos, and tencels, they're great. They're easier to keep clean and more durable, they're less delicate, and they're sustainable. Tencel is a fiber that's made from the pulp of the eucalyptus trees and recycled plastic. It feels and looks just like silk. It's incredible. It's one of my personal favorite fabrics, and no animals or humans had to suffer for its manufacturing. And it's gentle on the planet. It takes about 5 sheep sheared at least 3 times to make one rug. Many sheep die a slow, horrible death during the shearing process due to cuts and infections because it's being done so quickly. Mass quantity, remember, can't be humane.